Hello to all our viewers and followers across the globe. You are specially welcome to this edition of the program, NITDA Impact, brought to you by the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA. For details on how to be part of the program, please log on to www.nitda.gov.ng. In this episode, we feed you with how NITDA is making impact in various sectors of the economy. We'll especially take you to the University of Lagos for a detailed report on NITDA impact and activities in that institution. On digital skills and knowledge, NITDA is not leaving out the Nigerian media, as the agency under the Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy trains journalists on digital skills for effectiveness. I am Ewomazino Wonder. You are welcome. First up, as part of NITDA mandate to encourage innovation and IT development across board, the tertiary institutions are not left out. In this package, our crew visited one of Nigeria's leading universities to see how NITDA is making impact there.
The University of Lagos is located in Yaba, Lagos, Nigeria. It's one of Nigeria's leading universities with the aim of graduating students that can compete and create jobs upon graduation, just like other universities across the globe. This has been a challenge to the university until this NITDA Intervention Hub meant to equip the school and students with relevant digital and entrepreneurial skills came handy. Professor Obina Chukwu is the Director, Academic Planning Unit, Office of the Vice Chancellor.
When the current minister was the DG, Issa Pantami, Dr. Pantami was the DG there. That was when we had this relationship about extending some of these infrastructure and facilities to our university. And that discussion resulted in the establishment and putting up of this big, massive building for the University of Lagos. And one remarkable thing is that this building was put up in less than 6 months. So there was that commitment on the part of NITDA to ensure that we get the necessary infrastructure.
This two-story building innovation center is well equipped with a research hub, documentation, meeting rooms, innovation and server room and others. To Dr. Sunday Adibisi, Director in charge of skills and entrepreneurship, it's a dream come true for the university.
I must say that I'm quite impressed. I'm very happy that he stayed true to his words and NITDA has delivered this place in quick succession. That's very fantastic, and I can tell you that that in itself, it has contributed into what we have intention doing, because today we're already mapping out the kind of skills that our students can acquire from this center. And now that we're using technology to drive entrepreneurship so significantly in University of Lagos, this kind of structure and facility has the capacity and capability to make us to achieve our aims quicker than we had actually, intended. This kind of center, looking into that for us and supporting our students at back end, that will make us to be able to turn ideas into reality, a physical thing that investor can see, and they will be able to know how valuable, this product can be later in the market. So that in itself is a very, very, good support that I'm looking towards. Again, the skills that, the student will be able to acquire in this center, the ICT skills, that will now make them to be able to marry that with the entrepreneurship ideas that they have, the business idea that they have, so that at the end of the day, they are comparable with the students of other international universities like MIT and Harvard, and Stanford.
But for Dr. Victor Odumuyiwa, Director, ICT Center, and Engineer Okwelu Oyewole of Works and Physical Planning, the NITDA Intervention Center is one of a kind that will make UNILA graduate compete with anyone across the world.
What we have here, right from the PCB machine, going to the 3D printers, can allow them, first of all, to create the prototype without even implementing all the components that are there. That means just create the design the way it will look like. So then after that, go about print their PCB if it's hardware, and at the end of the day, they can also program the hardware. And of course, we have the software labs as well. So it's actually going to help them in concretizing whatever idea they have, and also in learning, because most often they do these things in class, but they don't even know how to actually turn them to a product. So this goes beyond learning how to design a circuit, but now you design a circuit, you print it out, and you can actually use it. I tell my students, if you come in to study computer science or you come in to study electrical engineering in year one, and in year one you are able to create a robot, nobody is going to force you to learn again. You will learn.
Work surface planning department is to ensure that we have quality buildings. Our duty is to ensure that we supervise the construction. The design was done by NITDA, and the construction was done by a contractor, Grooville Nigeria Limited. And they used the best standard of construction materials, and everything was in place. It's of a standard construction and standard materials and ICT requirements. We have the boardroom, we have the computer room, we have the laboratory room, we have the server room too. And everything is being powered with AC 24/7.
To the Honorable Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Dr. Isa Ali Patami, and NITDA Director General, Malam Kashifu Inua Abdullahi, Professor Obina Chukwu, the Director of Academic Planning Unit, Office of the Vice Chancellor, has this message for them.
On behalf of the Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos, the University of First Choice and the nation's pride, Professor Oluwatoye Ogundipe, a Fellow of the Academy of Science, the staff, students, and management, we are indeed extending our warm felicitations to the National Information Technology Development Agency for this wonderful intervention of an ICT hub at the University of Lagos.
You are watching NITDA Impact, your leading IT program on television. Don't forget to reach us on www.nitda.gov.ng or via the social media platforms on your screen. Still to come, NITDA Voices, plus issues and development that made news, powered by NITDA.
Welcome to NITDA. Welcome to Nigeria's IT regulator.
Our plan is to make sure we create millions of digital jobs for Nigerians.
From innovation to business enhancement using IT local content, e-governance, cybersecurity, and data protection, NITDA is your dependable partner.
We have achieved a lot within this time. We commissioned the first innovation and incubation hub in this country. We are building these hubs across the country.
At NITDA, we take the mission to building a digital Nigeria very seriously. Join us.
Thanks for staying with us on this ride so far. If you have just joined us, you have not missed much. You can also catch up with us via our social media platforms on your screen. NITDA Voices is a window created for you, our viewer, to know our management team and leadership. For more on this, here we go.
The Human Resource and Administration Department. This department has a lot of functions. One of the functions of the department is to see that it strengthens the workforce so that the staff of the agency can be able to have the required skills, knowledge, and experience so that they can be able to deliver on their job roles.
As you know, NITDA is established to, one of the critical mandates is to develop IT in the country. And it does that through deployment of IT infrastructure across the country. And for IT being dynamic, the infrastructure deployed by the regulatory agency have to be up to standard. It has to be up to date. It has to be reliable. It has to be something that will be used for the needs that have been identified. And with that understanding, the IT Infrastructure Solutions Department takes that very seriously. And it ensures that whatever infrastructure is to be deployed is it is up to date. It should meet all those requirements that we have identified. And so we do that through consultation with relevant industry stakeholders. We have all relevant documentation in terms of catalog, in terms of access to resources, up-to-date resources that we use to be able to develop these specifications and details for each of the infrastructure that is deployed across the country.
The act that set up the agency has even inculcated the issue of transparency before it was passed into law. The revenue that's supposed to be accruing to the agency is collected by Federal Inland Revenue Service. It is lodged into a revenue account or a reserve account in CBN, which is being managed by Accountant General of the Federal. NITDA reconciles the account with Federal Inland Revenue Service, and based on what we get, we go for appropriation. And when appropriation is gotten, we'll now start the internal due processes from procurement department.
The key, function of the zonal offices in this respective zone, and the essence is to get to the grassroots level and to preach and to sensitize to the grassroots the importance of the use of IT, and not just to sensitize the importance of the user and the benefits and the wealth that can come through the proper use of ICT.
At this point, we are gradually winding down on the program. But just before we let you off the hook, here are some stories and developments that made news in the past week. In a bid to deliver on its roles as the government IT regulatory apparatus, the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, has called on journalists to be the agent of change by helping to disseminate information with professionalism, using up-to-date tools and know-how. Kashifu Inuwa Abdullahi made this call while speaking at a training program aimed at equipping media practitioners with digital skills for improved reportage of issues in the industry.
As we are set to embrace this new normal, we need to reskill ourselves. And it has been proven, or we have seen it, the only thing that works well under this pandemic is digital technology. And we have seen it as the most profound solution of getting out of this pandemic. Therefore, at the Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, we feel it is important to train you and reskill you so that you cannot be left behind in our journey to digital Nigeria.
As part of the cardinal objectives and mandate of the Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, the Honorable Minister Dr. Isa Ali Pantami, in his message, re-emphasized the importance of digital skills development as critical to the attainment of the policy and goals of the President Muhammadu Buhari administration.
I'm glad that today I'm here and we are going to conduct the training for our journalists. It's part of the policy of the federal government of Nigeria through the Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, what we call National Digital Economy for a Digital Nigeria. Digital Nigeria cannot be achieved without training people that will play a key role in ensuring that we achieve that digital Nigeria.
The minister noted that responsible journalism is imperative to the success of democracy and good governance. He tasked the media to up its game by holding the government accountable.
Responsible journalism is key to democracy, the success of democracy and good governance, not only in Nigeria but globally. Journalism, before it attains that, it must be a responsible journalism. Journalism that is based on fairness, journalism based on justice, journalism that is based on professionalism, journalism that will be able to accommodate all the components of journalism.
The president of the Media Interest Group, National Information Technology Reporters Association of Nigeria, NITDA Abuja chapter, expressed appreciation to the minister and NITDA and pointed out the immense benefit of the training at this period to the members and the society at large.
This training is important that we, members of the First Estate of the Realm, should take it very seriously. We should move ahead to break new barriers, particularly some of us that are part of this training.
Whenever there is a change, what you have to do is to find out what is in it for me, what has changed, how can I benefit from this change. For instance, now we know about physical distancing. Don't put it aside. We talk about don't travel when you don't need to travel. Don't do it. Then let's learn some skills about digital, because it's digital economy now. Even though we had not wanted, people didn't want it, but now the way it is, everybody must go digital economy.
Speaking further on NITDA's vision to ensure the needed capacities to drive the digital economy, the Head Corporate Affairs and External Relations Unit, NITDA, Hajia Adiza Umar, says the agency is committed to helping to implement the government's policy in this regard.
We organize this training for the ICT journalists. The ICT journalists in this training are those that are covering the ICT sector. We want them to be up to date in the current ICT trends in reporting so that they will acquire the basic digital skills.
Brand new laptops, computers were presented to the participants who were drawn from different media platforms, including broadcast, print and online within the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The disruptive benefit offered by digital processes is enormous across all sectors of the economy. The agricultural sector is already now witnessing such gains as the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, under the supervision of the Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, has adopted 130 farmers into the National Adopted Village for Smart Agriculture (NAVSA) program to provide Nigerian farmers with means to showcase their farm produce in the digital world market. The project, piloted in Jigawa State, was initiated to systematically adopt farmers across the 774 local government areas of the country in order to support and equip them with the necessary skills that will make Nigeria one of the leading nations in digital farming. The Executive Governor of Jigawa State, His Excellency Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, who attended the ceremony, virtually appreciated the vision of the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, NITDA, and other partners for initiating the project and promised to ensure its sustainability.
In Jigawa State, we have witnessed tremendous support from Honorable Minister of Communication and Digital Economy and in his station, NITDA, in digitalizing our economy, and they are also too numerous to mention. This latest one, that the NAFSA project, is indeed a remarkable project towards zero oil economy of the nation. We really appreciate Honorable Minister and indeed DG NITDA for choosing Jigawa to pilot this project.
The Honorable Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami, in his address said that there is need to come up with innovative ideas that will promote smart agriculture in Nigeria as a means of diversifying the nation's economy.
While other nations are going into agri, are going into digital technology, but Nigeria, we rely so much on oil and gas, which is highly challenging now. Even with this COVID-19, we look at how the price of oil and gas crashed down. So I think this is the best time for our country to diversify its economy by going into other sectors like agri. However, the best way to improve the output of agri is through deploying emerging technologies, as other countries do it today. However, with all the challenges, the contribution of agri to our GDP, even in the first quarter of 2020, if I can recall vividly, is up to 21%, which is also encouraging, at least more than 20% of our collective GDP. So it is indeed encouraging.
While delivering his welcome address, Director General of NITDA, Malam Kashifu Inoa Abdullahi, said that the goal of NAFSA is to build digital capabilities and innovations across agricultural value chains aimed at creating massive jobs and improve the income and wealth of every ecosystem player.
On 28 November 2019, President Muhammadu Buhari GCFR launched the National Digital Economy Policy and Strategy with 8 strategic pillars. Among them are digital service development and promotion, and digital society and emerging technologies. These 2 pillars encourage using digital technologies to power other economic sectors. Considering agriculture as a major contributor to our GDP, as well as our workforce, NITDA, under the supervision and leadership of the Honorable Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami, conceptualized this initiative, the National Adopted Village for Smart Agriculture, NAVSA. The initiative is designed to create an agripreneur ecosystem by leveraging digital technologies and innovations in a strategic manner to introduce a digital platform that woos and connects players in agri value chain. The ecosystem includes farmers, governments, that's federal, state, and local, suppliers and produce off-takers, mobile network operators, IT service providers, banks, fintech, smart solution service providers, renewable energy service providers, investors, development partners, and technology innovation startups, and experts from the agriculture in general. The initiatives comes with tailored empowerment and sustainable business models that create diverse opportunities for the agriculture value chain that never existed in our country before. Nigeria is blessed with arable land. About 90% of our 91 million hectares landmass is arable. In addition, agriculture is a major contributor to our GDP and workforce.
Many dignitaries attended the event virtually in line with the guidelines on COVID-19 by the Presidential Task Force PTF and Nigeria Center for Disease Control NCDC to ensure agricultural activities are not badly affected as directed by the President. That's the package for this week. If you have any information or question, please reach us via our email info@nitda.gov.ng, or better still, follow us on the social media handles on your screen. Until next week, on behalf of the management, staff, and DG, I say keep innovating and stay tech savvy. I am Iwomazino Wonder. Bye for now.